here to fix the machine.
Thank you for listening to the Battlefield Live radio program. You've entered onto the battlefield with Chris and Trey as we're trying to fix the machine. And mentioning the machine, you need to go check out our book at Amazon.com or Lulu.com. The name of the book is Deus Ex Machina, The Progression of Secular Socialism. And this book lays out all of the facts about how we as a nation have been slowly but surely been fundamentally transformed for the most part by progressives, whether they are in the media or whether they're in academia or even in the White House or in Congress, how they've been progressing this nation to socialism. And now we're at the precipice. We're at a stage where our national debt is higher than it's ever been. Our unfunded liabilities are off the charts. And we're about to possibly have an election where we have an outright socialist running for president with a legitimate way of winning or chance of winning. So make sure you check out that book, Deus Ex Machina, The Progression of Secular Socialism, on Amazon.com and Lulu.com today. Trey, did you see that Marco Rubio has missed another vote to defund Planned Parenthood?
Yeah, but he said it was no big deal because Barack Obama, when he was campaigning for president, missed all of his votes as well. So
it's no big deal. So
no big deal. He's officially claiming the role as Barack Obama of the Republican Party.
That's nice. And who actually said that? Somebody else recently said that. Was it a Chris Christie or somebody attacked him on that?
Yeah, I think I may have heard it from. I was either reading the Huffington Post or some George Soros group that I get information from.
Actually, I passed up reading the Huffington Post for waterboarding. So just saying.
Hey, are you at all concerned about this whole Clinton buying more polls than like 6 other GOP candidates combined?
Well, I kind of wanted to talk about that because I wanted to kind of war game that whole premise because the polls, for the most part, to me, they're always wrong anyway.
Well, of course it's wrong. I mean, I'm a social conservative, so I have a big issue with, first of all, GOP candidates should not be buying polls anyway. But if it's not surprising that Clinton's buying more, that's kind of his MO, right? I mean, it's like, are we judging? I mean, what I don't get about the story is, are we judging the morality of the candidates? Are we judging that, hey, Clinton, does more with polls than other Republicans? I mean, what are we? It's very disturbing for someone like myself.
Well, the thing that amazes me is that Bill Clinton would have all these polls with all these strippers that he has come into the house all the time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, it's no surprise. You would expect that from Clinton, but like the 6 GOP candidates, you hope that they would have some better character and morality than Bill Clinton.
So I was kind of riding along with you there, but you realize that we're not talking about stripper polls.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I was just checking. I mean,
wait, hold on. I didn't actually open the article.
That's what I was. You should have opened the article, Trey. So
it's Hillary on a poll.
Oh, that's that.
Listen, dude, she is running scared. Dude, she has got to be freaked out right now. Of course, she's trying to find out the polls.
I mean, she's buying. What is it? Let's see, $150,000 on. Let's see, Marco Rubio and Jeb Bush spent $150,000 on campaign polls together. Okay, campaign polls. Ted Cruz, who spent the most, actually spent $380,000. I think. Where's a number for Hillary? Hillary spent $720,000.
Dude, that's
last quarter.
Dude, she is scared and she is trying to find. This is just my guess. She is trying to find some sort of trend, some sort of silver lining.
It's narcissist. Something. It's a narcissism, dude.
No, I don't think it's narcissism. I think it's out of fear. I think she's trying to get an idea, like, is it? She's. I think it's like a surprise or dismay because she's like, how can a 74-year-old communist? I mean, look, Chris Matthews sat down with Hillary Clinton again, and basically was like, look, you're the only thing that stands between this nation and outright communist revolution. He goes, how do you...
Who asked this question?
Chris Matthews.
What?
Well, you know, Chris Matthews has been on this kick of what's the difference between a Democrat and a socialist, right?
Wow. Well, I know he had asked the question, but I didn't realize he phrased it that way.
Well, wait, but her answer explained what progress and what being a progressive really meant. All she basically said was, we want to accomplish everything that Bernie wants to. We just don't want the revolution. We want to go through the process, and we want to make incremental progress.
Read the book, huh?
And he goes, this is what he said. He said, you have your Harry Truman Democrats, and they're the closest to the middle. He said, then you have your progressives like yourself, like me. He said, but then even to the left of us are people like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren.
Hey,
yeah, man.
Hey, if you knew Bill Clinton the way we all know Bill Clinton, tell me there's not a little bit of humor in this sentence out of this article. In the previous quarter, Clinton's polling Bill was even higher at 1.9 million.
Yeah.
It's just bad when a former president brings in sex jokes whenever his name's mentioned.
Right? Isn't that like his legacy? Like whatever he did in his presidency.
Yeah.
He is only known for being, dude. He's the white presidential Bill Cosby, right?
Yeah. I mean, he totally ruined the song "Blue Dress" from Depeche Mode.
Or what's the one?
Did I lose you there?
Yeah, you got me on the Depeche Mode. You're like, remember, you're a lot older than I am.
Oh, remember, I forgot you were in the Bieber days.
On Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could still look at Selena Gomez and think, wow, she's hot. I think like my old man when I see her. Dirty old man.
No, what about these donations? We don't have much time left. Everybody thinks Donald Trump is self-funding his own campaign, right?
Well, he has been. He's been self-funding, but now he's kind of like saying, well, I'll take some donations, but I'm not going to take donations from those crony capitalists, you know, like a way I used to be when I was huge and golden and making America great when I wasn't running for president. And so he's now saying he's going to start taking donations. And what's amazing to me about this is he raised like $3 million when he started doing this, I think just several days ago. So he's going to start making some money here.
He did a like-kind donation. So basically he was matching everything that anybody gave, he would match it.
Right.
Right? And then on top of that, he would also loan himself some money so that as the campaign brought in money, he could pay himself back.
You're talking about a Ponzi scheme, aren't you?
No. This is the uniqueness of campaign finance. You can't contribute more than $5,000 or so to any particular candidate, but you can give a huge sum of money if you do a like-kind donation or you do some kind of matching donation sort of thing for a certain period of time. But it was one of the things he was running around. Here's the thing. He thought, and to a large extent, you hear the Trumpkins, you hear them say, look, he's not taking donations. He's self-funded. He's not going to owe anybody anything. And sure, nobody in big money wants to give a billionaire money to run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to give him money to run, even if they supported him, because he's already put himself out there as the guy who's going to fund his own campaign. But you're going to have people like the Trumpsters and the Trumpkins and the Trumpeters and the Trumpelskilstins and all the different nicknames for their supporters. They're going to see this as some kind of virtue. But now the luster has kind of come off a little bit, and you realize he's not quite so self-funded as it might seem.
No. And look, let me ask you this. Do you think that Donald Trump, once he becomes the nominee, if that's the case, that he starts to take money from the establishment?
But he's a businessman, so of course.
Think about that.
He's going to, as a businessman, I guarantee you, if he can find a way to make money campaigning for president of the United States, he'll be the first guy to do it.
Well, I think what he'll do, too, is he'll probably just lie about it. I mean, that's what progressives do. They just lie about it.
Hey, look, you played the clip. He's sitting there saying that the reason we got Obamacare was because of Cruz. I don't hear... Now, think about how all the Trumpsters came out and were like, how dare Ted Cruz steal Ben Carson's caucus eye, right? And yet, nobody's saying, hey, what about telling your boy to, like, at least know some facts before he goes on a rant?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So, I don't know.
It's like, look, I found out who gave Donald Trump the 2 Corinthians.
Who?
Tony
Jerry
Perkins.
Lewis?
No, Tony Perkins of the Family Research Council.
Tony Perkins. Okay.
Tony Perkins. He's from. There you go. You got it right. He's from.
We just improvise so well.
Right. He's from Baton Rouge. He was a state legislature here in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
He now lives and runs the Family Research Council out of Washington, D.C. So he gives Donald Trump the 2 Corinthians verse, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty, because he was speaking at Liberty University. Now, anybody who's been a Christian for more than a day reads that verse and realizes that verse is not talking about the university.
Right.
But Trump doesn't know that.
No.
And Tony Perkins doesn't. All he does is plug himself into, political movements that help his organization. So if somebody's, doing something against abortion or doing something against homosexual marriage or something, he's going to be all up in that thing because it kind of gives them their deal.
Well, he can sell ice to an Eskimo, that Donald Trump.
Yes, he can.
So thank you for joining us on the battlefield. You've been listening to Chris and Trey from We Are America Radio, Red State Talk Radio, and Buzz Radio Network. Be sure to go to lanterns.buzz. Follow us on Twitter at lanternsbuzz, and you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/lanternsbuzz. So stick with us. We'll be right back.